Okay, so what I want to talk to you about today is, when you got someone in your life and you just wish that they would be different, they would act differently, they would make different choices, they would think differently, they would just be more like you. Okay, so who hasn't had this experience, right? But here's the thing. We are all called to the opportunity to be leaders in our life with the people that are in our life, from a mindset that is either going to enhance relationships, build balance and harmony in relationships and in others, or the opposite, going to be controlling, manipulative, just dreadful and not inspiring. We're all here to inspire each other by how we show up in the world and how we access our own inherent gifts and share them through service. So I have this little, I want to kind of share this idea as a story. So two different scenarios. Okay, so let's imagine that we have a woman who is in labor, and she is in the hospital, and she is she's in labor. She's getting ready to bring another child into the world, and beside her is somebody who is in the role of, let's just call them a midwife. Okay, this is not a take or a stab at midwives. Let's just say she's an attendant at the birth, and she has decided that she has done this herself and she knows what this woman needs to do. So she begins instructing her, breathe this way, do this, think this, feel this. And she just begins barraging her with her own experience and her own wisdom in that moment. Not necessarily a bad situation. However, at the end of the day, that woman who is in labor, it's her body, and it's that co-creative relationship with her baby. And anything that is coming to her from outside that realm is either going to enhance her connection to herself or take away from her connection to herself. So, scenario B, you have another woman in labor, and the attendant around her is quieter, stiller, just being truly present and ready to support that woman, maybe with holding her hand or helping her to sit upright, wiping her forehead down, but not intrusive, not imposing on her what she should do, what she shouldn't do, how she should do it, but just holding this beautiful vision of her going through this transformational process of bringing this child into the world and being in that place of knowing that she is witnessing a miracle. It happens every day, all over the world, many, many times a day, but it's still the miracle of the commencement of life in this dimension. So it is such a privilege and an honor to witness that. And so whatever it is that we are called to witness, whether it's a teenager that's rebellious, or it's a spouse that is shut down, or it's your best friend who's dealing with disease, the highest way that we can show up is by holding our own energy, being responsible for our own energy, and just holding a beautiful space, a beautiful connection to a vision of that person or that situation in a state of balance and harmony. This is our greatest opportunity to show up in all of our humanness, in all of our wisdom, and be a battery of energy instead of being something that can potentially deplete the battery of an individual or a situation by imposing our ideas onto it. And so, it is about really staying connected to yourself, but also being very consciously aware of what's happening around you. And the what's happening is so important to pay attention to and not try to interfere with it, to just be a witness of it. And knowing that everybody has their own wisdom and everyone has the capacity to connect to that when all of the noise out here is quieter, so that we can actually make this beautiful turnaround and begin to internalize and connect to our own wisdom, right? That's where that self-connection piece becomes awakened, and it's beautiful. All right, that's the message from Spirit today. I hope it's helpful. And if you're listening to this now, this is relevant for you right now in some way. So see if you can source how that works for you. Maybe it's something you need to pass on to somebody else as well. Anyway, have a good day. Cheerio.